Welcome to the studio at Global Goals Week 2021. I'm Deborah Dugan, Chief Strategy Officer at Handshake. Businesses no longer have the luxury to focus solely on commercial interests. They need to take a bigger view of their stakeholders, not just financial view of their shareholders. But this work isn't easy. It takes partners to help executives transition to new measures of social value. To that end, today we have two major companies joining forces to help other businesses drive social impact. Salesforce and Accenture share a vision of business as a platform for change and are working together to help companies embed sustainability into the core of their business, meet growing customer and stakeholder expectations, and contribute to progress on UN's Sustainable Development Goals. Their goal is to bring sustainability to the front office and provide the C-suite with true visibility into historical and real-time environmental, social, and governance, or ESG data. Join me now and welcome Farshad Family, Managing Director of Accenture, and Jitendra Kavathekar, Global Vice President at Salesforce. Welcome you both.
Thank you. Great to be here today.
Thank you, Deb.
Shad, why is the private sector waking up to sustainability and ESG challenges with so much force now? The world has known about these problems for a long time. What's different about this moment in time?
Yeah, it's really interesting because I think what we're seeing right now is a confluence of events. And the pressure that is coming to companies is coming from, I would say, four sides. First, as you alluded to in your intro, investors are paying a lot more attention to sustainability and ESG topics, as they're paying as much attention to that as they are to financial success and financial metrics. Second, customers and consumers are asking companies more questions around how sustainable their products or services are. They're scrutinizing details around the supply chain of the products and where products are coming from. They want to know more information and more data. Third, employees want to work for companies that are sustainable. They demand more of their companies in terms of what good they're doing for the society in which they work and live. And then finally, fourth, I think we're seeing policymakers, community activists, government officials also taking a much bolder stance and a much more forward-leaning stance and putting pressure on companies to act.
That's so true. Gee, this is incredibly hard work. Where and how can the private sector even begin to address the problem of this scope and scale?
Yeah, it's monumental, isn't it, Deb? I think when anybody looks at this problem, we're really trying to solve an issue that spans across the whole planet, and we all have some piece of it, and corporates certainly have a big piece of it as well. If you look at, the way I think about it is, if you look at how digital transformations have taken place over the last 9-10 years, triggered by technological change, massive shifts in technology, massive shifts in business models, and such a turnover in S&P 500, for example, companies and CEOs and boards have gotten used to saying, wow, we've got to keep up, we've got to be able to change. It's that level of magnitude that we're talking about when we think about companies signing up to ESG goals, measuring themselves against it, and moving the ball forward from that perspective. It is a massive challenge for sure, but the fact is that a lot of companies have already taken that step forward in terms of digital transformation. Now we're looking at taking those data capabilities, those processes, the ability to be agile in an operation and the business models, and bring that now to a stakeholder perspective.
Yeah, and if I can jump in on this one, I think one struggle that all companies have right now, and this is where the Accenture and Salesforce partnership is trying to help our clients in particular, is this notion that sustainability and doing good and having positive environmental impact can't be a side project. It's not just about measuring some numbers on the side and reporting out some numbers, but it's more about how do you embed change in everyday workflows and everyday processes and everyday business transactions, because it's at that micro level that you start to move the macro numbers, which everyone is focused on. And that's the hard work that everyone is embarking upon.
Oh, so true. And you started to mention this, but what is it that's unique about the Accenture Salesforce partnership? How is that so well positioned to be part of a solution here?
Yeah, it's a great question, Deb. But to put this in context, we have over 15 years of a partnership between Salesforce and Accenture. Accenture is a trusted partner for us, and it's one of our closest partners across our ecosystem. And we have many great partners, of course. But in terms of our partnership, Accenture has been taking our products, Salesforce products, to market, being able to take those products, extend those products, integrate those products, do the change management for our clients to be successful with our products. We have a long history of it. And just within 2020 and with the pandemic, Accenture has been one of our go-to-market partners for a vaccine management solution, along with Accenture's vaccine management solution as well. We have a history of going after big things together. We have a passion for going after big things together that's embodied from our leadership all the way down to our employees. And on the point of sustainability, it's a deep passion for both companies. Shad, would you like to comment?
Yeah, just to kind of add on that, I think that a couple of other things make this partnership quite unique. I think both companies, individually have spent several years spending a lot of time and energy on sustainability issues in terms of how we operate as companies. We've put out quite bold and aggressive goals ourselves in terms of our impact on society. And the benefit of that is now we can start to bring that expertise to our clients and help them solve their problems as well. So, in that way, since we're both quite on the leading edge of what's happening with sustainability, we wanted to make sure that we brought the same energy and creativity to our clients.
So it's interesting. It seems that that you complement each other. Are there any challenges? What are the challenges in helping solve other companies' ESG challenges?
Yeah, so as we talk to clients across different industries, across different geographies, what we see are some common challenges that they come across. One is companies are grappling with which frameworks and which models to follow in terms of tracking sustainability data and ESG data. There are a lot of different approaches out there, and people are still trying to get their heads around what's the best way to do this. Second, when they embark upon figuring out that measurement and that tracking and the analytics, there's no single source of truth in a company. The data and the information is spread out across many different systems and many different parts of the organization, which then leads to another challenge of just putting that baseline understanding together and that fact base together. Takes a lot of time, a lot of resources. It's quite manual and effort. And then to do that today, most of the companies are relying upon different point solutions and small scale answers to do it. And that's why I think we've seen a lot of positive interest in this Accenture Salesforce partnership, where there's a clear need for Salesforce's technology and platform in the market to address the challenges that I just mentioned.
Yeah, and in addition to that, I'd add that the use cases that are involved in different industries require fresh new approaches to think about things. If you think about circular economy in the retail industry, for example, these are concepts that are very important and have some impact, have great impact, but the idea that a set of products, what we call Customer 360 from a Salesforce perspective, how do these products operate in an orchestrated way so that you can get measurement, you can have actionable insights, and the fundamental operational model of the company is in line with the ESG metrics that you're going to go after for your particular industry with the particulars that you're going after. And this is a great opportunity for all of us in each of our industries to take a look at what does it actually take to get to a carbon neutral footprint from a carbon footprint perspective.
Yeah, oh my gosh. And Shad, are they embracing this? Is it a hard sell? What's the customer reaction?
So much positive reaction and lots of enthusiasm, lots of engagement. Our clients are keen to get started, keen to get going. And it's really heartening to see that people are really embracing this mission of change and improvement with a particular focus on many different aspects of sustainability, particularly around carbon and the environment.
Jeet, I know that I'm quite familiar with your background, but I'd love for you to share how your experience in solving sustainability challenges has positioned you to help other companies to embed sustainability at their very core.
Yeah, I think for us, it's really our products, right? I mean, we're a product company that's driven by individual passion and a collective passion within our company to do good for our stakeholders all around us. You know, for us, we have so many initiatives, as you know, and as many people know at Salesforce, on how we try to serve our stakeholders. In this particular case, you know, we have the Trillion Tree initiative that we're very much focused on as a company and what we can do. We're looking to grow 100 million trees by 2030. But we also look at diversity and inclusion and fairness. And so we have committed to spend $100 million with Black-owned businesses and $100 million to minority-owned businesses by 2024. And we want our workforce to have underrepresented groups represent half of our entire North America workforce by 2024. These are all passions that we have for the company, and all of us have passions that align with those. In fact, we measure ourselves on how well that we do.
That's so impressive. I have a question for both of you. What do you personally find rewarding about working on this partnership? I'll go to you, Shad, first.
Sure, yeah. I think the first thing is the people I get to work with. Everyone is so passionate about the mission and so all in and so dedicated to helping improve everything that's going on around sustainability across not only the companies that we work with, but hopefully across broader society and the impact that it has as it kind of ripple effects throughout society. And then second, knowing that the work we do has so much meaning and will have so much impact is quite motivating and makes me jump out of bed every morning to get to it.
Gee?
Yeah, I echo a lot of it. I mean, for me, the way I look at it is alignment, where my personal passions align with our company mission and passions. I mean, the idea to be able to kind of come into work every day, work really hard like we all are, and see that what you're working towards is something that is completely aligned to where the company needs to go, and it's a very important top-level priority for the company. But then to see that be a top-level priority for our planet, it's one of the best places to be. And to echo what Shad said, to do that with people that we love to work with on a day-to-day basis just makes it a lot easier and fun.
This has been a fascinating discussion. I want to thank you so much for joining us today in the studio. Thanks to Farshad Family, Managing Director at Accenture, and Jitendra Kavathekar, Global Vice President at Salesforce. I'm Deborah Dugan, Chief Strategy Officer at Handshake. Thank you for watching the studio at Global Goals Week 2021.